How's it going, Broadway freaks? Welcome to the Ben Applegate Show, where we talk about everything going on in the theater world. Not everything, but we try. Be sure to hit that like button. Let's get into the stories. And the first big news today is that Beetlejuice has announced their closing date. Well, actually, they didn't announce it. It was actually preset, and it would have been renewed had certain things not happened in the spring. Well, let's just get into it. It's more that they're being evicted from the Schubert Theater. The Schubert organization, which owns the Schubert Theater, did not renew the production past the contracted June 6, 2020 date because back in the spring, they failed to meet what's called their stop clause requirement for 2 consecutive weeks. For those of you who don't know, a stop clause, a term usually used in the theater production and theater owner relationship, refers to a certain amount of money that a production has to make, where if they fail to make that money, usually in 2 consecutive weeks, they may have to vacate the theater. So because Beetlejuice failed to make their numbers back in the spring, in spite of making massive success online, especially after the Tonys, grossing over $1 million in recent weeks, and being named one of the top 10 musical fandoms of 2019 on Tumblr, June 6, 2020 will be their last performance unless they can find another venue. However, according to an article from Playbill, while a move to another theater is not off the table, the show's scale and intricate set limits its options. So as of right now, it seems safe to say that the show's closing will be on the mentioned date, but we'll find out in the coming weeks what's to follow. The show that's set to replace Beetlejuice in the Schubert Theater is a revival of The Music Man starring Hugh Jackman and Sutton Foster, set to begin on September 9th, 2020. So that's where we are at that story. I'd love to know what your thoughts are on this whole situation. Beetlejuice being forced to leave the theater because of missing numbers back in the spring, in spite of finding massive success since then. What are your thoughts? Do you hope they find another theater? Let me know in the comments. Moving from that, we officially have the Golden Globe nominations for 2019, and we have quite a few Broadway/Tony mentions. There are quite a few nominations. We're not going to go over everyone. We're going to try to focus on the Broadway/Tony ones, like I mentioned. Nominations include Andrew Lloyd Webber for A New Cat's Tune, Beautiful Ghost, co-written by Taylor Swift, Elton John for I'm Gonna Love Me Again from Rocket Man, Bobby and Kristen Lopez for Into the Unknown from Frozen 2, Cynthia Erivo for Stand Up from Harriet, who notably was also nominated for her performance as Harriet Tubman in the movie, Tony winner Scarlett Johansson, also nominated for Best Performance in Marriage Story, as well as Broadway alum Saoirse Ronan for Little Women. We also have Adam Driver, sorry, being nominated for his performance in Marriage Story. On the small screen, we have Ben Platt for The Politician, Tony and Emmy winner Billy Porter for Rose, Helen Mirren for Catherine the Great, Brian Cox for Succession, and Phoebe Waller-Bridge for Fleabag. Winners will be announced on January 5th, 2020 on NBC. I'm curious to know what your guys' thoughts are on awards in general. Do you feel like they're too elitist? Do you feel like they're fun? I kind of feel like they're both. I do know that there's an inherent elitistness to it. I like People's Choice Awards type of things a little more myself, but I do think they're kind of guilty pleasure because they do bring attention to the thing you care about. So I don't know, let me know. What are your thoughts down there about awards? That could be Emmys, that could be Tonys, that could be Golden Globes, that could be Oscars, whatever. With that said, let's get to the lightning round. A revamped revival of West Side Story opens today at the Broadway Theater. It's kind of like having a movie theater called the Movie Theater. Disney Plus will produce a spin-off to the live-action remake of Aladdin based on the character Prince Anders, played by Billy Magnuson. Harry Connick Jr.'s A Celebration of Cole Porter opened on Broadway December 7th and will run until December 29th. Tony Goldwyn will join the production of The Inheritance as Harry Wilcox for 4 months, starting on January 5th, 2020. In recent Broadway closings, we had Betrayal and The Rose Tattoo on December 8th. And the cast of Oklahoma recorded a 360-degree version of The Farmer and the Cowman. And you guys know sometimes I'll put the passing of someone who's very prominent in theater or a Tony winner or something like that in the lightning round. These last few days we've had so many deaths, it actually kind of needed to be its own story. In some very sad news, we lost 2 Tony winners and 1 writer in the theater community. Ron Liebman, or possibly Liebman, I'm actually not sure off the top of my head. We'll just say Ron Liebman for now, I hope I'm saying that correctly. Ron Liebman, who won a Tony for his performance as Roy Cohn in Angels in America, which is what The Inheritance is inspired from. He also won an Emmy. He played Rachel Green's rich, short-tempered dad in Friends, as well as providing the voice for Ron Cadillac in Archer. We also have the death of, and I really hope I don't mispronounce this name either, Rene Auberjonois, I believe is how you pronounce it. We also lost Rene Auberjonois, nominated for several Tonys, seen on the small screen in shows such as MASH, Benson, and Star Trek Deep Space Nine, and on the big screen most notably providing the voice for Chef Louis in 1989's The Little Mermaid. Rene also provided voices for some video games such as the God of War franchise. We also have the death of William Luce, writer of Belle and Amherst and Barrymore, on December 9th. Yeah, thoughts and the best wishes to all the families involved in these passings. With that said, here's an awkward transition to some Broadway numbers. There's really no way to transition from a story like that, but Here we go. In terms of gross, the frontrunners are Hamilton, Moulin Rouge, The Lion King, To Kill a Mockingbird, and Wicked, who's kind of new to this list over the last few weeks. By capacity, we have Hamilton, Come From Away, Hadestown, Tina, and To Kill a Mockingbird. The underdogs by capacity are The Sound Inside, Slava's Snow Show, The Inheritance, Darren Brown's Secret, and The Lightning Thief. In general, let me know what you guys think of me providing these weekly Broadway numbers every Tuesday. Let me know what you think of me covering these numbers. And for our last story, I'm sure all you Be More Chill fans know that Be More Chill is opening in London. Well, the cast has been announced and a full list will be posted in the description down below, but most notably, we have singer-songwriter Scott Follen playing Jeremy here, Blake Patrick Anderson as Michael, stars of the musical Six, Renee Lamb as Jenna, and Millie O'Connell as Chloe. I actually might be in London next year if things go according to plan, so maybe I'll get to see it and review it. We'll see. I don't know, but that's how I'm going to end the video today. So if you enjoyed this, please leave a like. If you already left a like at the beginning, leave a second like. Just actually don't, because if you tap it again, the like goes away. So don't do that. Don't leave another like. Just leave one like. Click subscribe if you haven't already. If you have, be sure to tap that bell. I always think it's over there. You know what? I'm just going to put you over there, and let's just do it again. Be sure to tap that bell. Oh, look at that. I knew exactly where it was this time. Tapping the bell gets you notifications whenever I upload, which isn't too much. You won't be spammed every day, just every, Tuesday and Friday. Be sure to follow me on Facebook. Be sure to contribute to the conversation by leaving a comment, so YouTube's almighty algorithm looks down upon me with grace. And with that said, I hope you guys just keep loving Broadway, and I will see you on Friday.